incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes, Aussie Bourbon Lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, it was more of a, I don't know. It wasn't quite a pop, Dave.
Bit squeaky. It was kind of like too squeaky.
Yeah, but that's all right. What are we drinking, Dave?
Well, we're going to drink 2 pours tonight.
I know, special occasion.
Well, it's the end of the year. I suppose
Celebrating.
if you're ever going to get stuck in, you should get stuck in tonight. This is a Larrikin single barrel D5, Delta 5,
Yep.
from Kentucky and signed by Greg, of course,
The
Aussie
man
Bourbon
himself.
Lovers. And if you're fans of the podcast, would have already heard us drink this one, so you're probably wondering why we're drinking it. Why are we drinking it, H?
We're drinking it because we're going to talk about our highlights from 2025. And I think this is one of yours.
Cheers. Not only that, we made a challenge that we needed to pick our favourite bottle and then pick our favourite memories of 2025. Bourbon memories. Favourite bourbon and favourite bourbon memories.
Yeah, and favourite bourbon bottles. And this
And
is one of your favourite.
This is one of my
bourbon
favourites because part of it is
Might
like,
be,
you know, it's that thing about sharing. But we had a lot of good moments of sharing good bourbons with good people.
bottles. So many.
Sharing bourbons with Greg was certainly up there on my list of good things.
I
But
think
when
that
we,
image of the barrel rolling down the hill is the best.
yeah, I think there's a lot of great memories from the convos we had with him. But certainly the Delta 5 is high on my list of my favourite bourbons from this year. But tell us, H, what are your favourite memories from 2025?
When you said let's pick a favourite memory, a bourbon memory from 2025, I thought, oh, yeah, I've got one. Oh, no, I've got 2. Oh, and then the list just got really, really long.
So here's the rule.
you
The
gave me
rule
rules.
is
I've got so many.
we
though.
kind of went a bit around. The answer to the question is, what is the favourite moment? So less than 120 seconds of 2025 that was your favourite bourbon moment. Because we're so spoiled. This is the coolest thing.
I know.
We're so.
Can I mention some of my highlights that didn't make the final favourite bourbon moment?
Okay, so like, what is it? This is like a participation award.
A really quick, like,
Honourable mentions.
yeah, honourable mentions because they were amazing experiences. But I was like, can I put this at the top? Oh, that one trumps that one. Oh, I don't know. It all depends.
Okay.
Like, I loved being.
Hang on
Yeah.
before we get into that. So I've picked, but this is my bourbon of the year.
Yeah, your
Is
bourbon
the
of the year is a Larrikin Delta
Larrikin
5.
Delta 5 single barrel. That's what I'm calling it.
Yep.
And we'll reveal yours at some point. When will we reveal yours?
Well, after I've shared my favourite bourbon moment, or maybe we go. We're drinking yours first, so should you share yours?
Okay. All right. Well,
Hit us with your highlights, Dave, of 2025 in the world of bourbon and Dave.
we flipped it upside down. All right. Well, there's a few. The part of the fun thing about this is that 2025 has been the year of us being given these ridiculous opportunities to do and see things that we definitely haven't seen and done before. So
Yeah,
that's
by incredibly generous and amazing people.
who there's no reason they should have been so kind to us.
Their hospitality is amazing.
And actually, on the start of my honourable mentions, isn't even in Kentucky, it's in Tassie.
Yeah.
Hugh and
yeah.
John at Greenbanks, who gave me a wonderful tour and samples of their whiskies. They haven't even released anything yet. So amazing, super inspired by what's happening in the US. And it's been really wonderful to do a tour there. And they were so kind to show me around and give me a great tour. And then I got to hang out with their Cooper and feed from the barrel and taste their rye and all this some amazing stuff we did and try some of their really new whiskies, which are really new. They're not at full maturity yet. So that was really amazing and lots of really cool things to be on there. So that's high on my list.
That's
not
a good
even in
local
Kentucky
one.
yet. Yeah.
I had a couple of local ones. I really loved going to the Mictors and the holiday tastings at Goodwater.
Oh, yeah, good one.
And the Star Hill Farm Night.
Oh, yeah.
When
Maker's
Rob
Mark put on.
Summers, Maker's Mark. Rob Summers came over and Ree was there, and that was a great night. So they're probably like my local Aussie ones that made the honourable mentions.
Amazing. Well, we're on the theme of makers. On my list of honourable mentions is the podcast we recorded with Dr.
Yeah.
Blake Layfield
That also made my list.
at Star Hill Farm. I mean, they have unreasonable hospitality.
Yeah, I went for exact moments. I picked the moment where Trevor
I
opened the
know.
door and he introduced us to Dr. Blake. We went into that cool little room. That 2 minutes was definitely up there with highlights.
Is that your moment?
No. That's just one
It's
of the
one of the
highlights.
one of the
That's
windows. Well, it's certainly high on my list as well.
Yeah.
But actually from that, one of them is that we got to taste in that podcast. We got to taste a bottle of Makers that had a white sticky label on it.
Yeah, it was just like a sample one that
Not you can't buy it. You
Yeah.
can't get it anywhere else. We were in the heritage room at Stay Hill Farm and got to try something that they don't release because it doesn't align with the founder's taste vision, which is so cool. What a ridiculous honour that everyone begs them to release this stuff and then they don't release it, but they let some people try it for the purposes of doing a podcast and to demonstrate how good Cellar Aged is.
And the differences and stuff. It was like,
And that was that was a really cool experience. So that's definitely on my list as well.
Yeah, I still on topic of Maker's Mark. The Chihuly exhibition was definitely up there with mine by night. Even like driving, and at one point there was like a deer that crossed the road in front of the car, and then we got there and all the lights.
And we didn't hit it.
No, my skillful driving, but just like being the last two people, kind of wandering around the grounds of Maker's Mark with all that beautiful glass artwork.
If you've ever been to Maker's Mark, that
so
is
stunning,
pretty ridiculous kind of experience. So amazing. The whole experience of being in Kentucky was unreal, and obviously because we're such big fans of bourbon, and we went to Kentucky in the middle of the year.
So it was a collective highlight going on that trip.
Yeah. Kentucky Bourbon Festival, obviously high on the list.
High on the list,
of course.
That was so much fun. Being able to meet and people there, like I could mention gazillions of names, but I loved doing the podcast with Will from Chicken Cock.
Nashville Will.
And also meeting the guys from Potter Jane. That was, and like the fact that they were the little guys there and you just taste like their white dog because their stuff's not ready yet. Like moments like that where you get to see the people behind it, but the story of like where it starts and where it's going. And that were definitely on my list of some highlights.
And I think as well, just the KBF thing, there's these posts that some of the people at KBF put out in the weeks after about what makes KBF special, but it is the people and the memories that you make with the people and the kind of friends you meet and the new people and
that we
old
chatted
people
to online and like that. The one day where I think our last drink before they called last drinks, we stopped and said hi to Ryan, and then stayed chatting for a little while, and like it was just a lot of fun.
Right.
A lot of fun getting to like meet the people that we'd met online.
Yeah, and hang out with old people who'd met before and all that good stuff. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And the steak sandwiches were, I wrote that down as one of my highlights. I was really worried that the steak sandwiches from the St. Joseph's men's club it was that they sell at the festival, they were one of our highlights last year.
They were never going anywhere.
Well, I was worried that, maybe that I'd build it up in my head as like really good and I'd get there and they wouldn't be. Nah, they lived up to the expectation.
All right, we've talked a lot. What is your bourbon of the year? Because we've talked, but some of the memories we haven't gotten to the actual one yet.
Yes. Well, my bourbon of the year is the Star Hill Farm. Here it is.
Hang on, there's a technicality though.
It's not a bourbon, it's a whiskey.
What kind of whiskey is it?
It's a wheat whiskey.
And why? So why does this get the run? Well, how come you called this one your bourbon of the year when it's not even a bourbon? This is wacky.
Well, I picked this one as my beverage of the year.
Beverage of the year.
It surprised
Aussie beverage
me.
lovers.
It surprised me because I love bourbon. I do love Maker's Mark, but I loved that it surprised me as a wheat whiskey because a lot of the whiskies I'm not a huge fan of. And this one, I really loved it. And I think, it just, the memories I have of the farm and this year was just a big year. And I think that, being able to experience it in Australia, like the launch of it, knowing the story behind it, and then getting to go over there and be able to get a bottle, but also, revisit a place that we love so much. I think that is why it's my whiskey / bourbon of the year.
Well, don't leave it there getting all bored. Cheers.
Cheers.
The thing that I love about this stuff, I think it is the memories, isn't it? Because we had that night in particular in Melbourne, we got to hang out quite a lot with Rob Samuels and ask cool questions and hang out with him and Ree and chat about regenerative farming and why this can still align with the founder's taste vision and all this kind of good stuff. And the first mash bill in, I don't know how many, what is it? It's a good number of years.
Yeah.
It's a pretty groundbreaking time in Maker's Mark, which we've always been such big fans of that brand and that story. Yep. So this is a pretty special time, pretty special kind of thing they're doing.
And I'm a sucker for the story, like as in we'll pick it obviously on taste, but also I love the story and the people behind a bottle. And so that's probably why I picked this one.
Can I quickly? This is a divisive whiskey because there's a lot of people who've told me that they have mixed reviews. They did mixed views of it. I bloody love it, and I am unashamedly a massive fan of this. I reckon this is an unbelievable whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. It surprised me. Like, I'm not. I'll have a bourbon over a whiskey any day, but this one. Yeah, when you said pick your bourbon of the year, I'm like, well, it's not technically a bourbon. It's a whiskey, which is,
I'm going to let it slide. All right, we're nearly out of time, so we've got to get into it. Is there a number 2 and a number 1 for you, or is it just
I'm just going to really quickly, I loved being in the blending house with Ashley.
This was on my list too, standing
like,
at the top of that rick house.
Yes, and just looking down and be able to, I think, have a really, I know we've met Ashley like each time we've gone to the festival for the last few years, but being able to have her take us on a tour and be at the top of that rick house and listen to her talk about like all the science, but also the passion she has and the story behind it. It was a moment. So that was definitely up there in my highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Come on, what's the answer?
I think.
Come on.
The big one was the barrel thieving from the Michter's barrel.
That's it? This is your answer?
Yeah. This is my top one.
120 seconds.
Is that moment paired with the
Wait. You got one. You can only pick one.
But it's like, you said within the same hour.
No. I said 120 seconds.
Okay.
What's the 120 seconds?
I think it was thieving from the Michter's barrel and chatting to Dan and Andrea about all of that stuff. But there's many highlights on that tour.
There is something that can't be described about them dumping a barrel of Michter's rye.
And it was so
and
good.
you putting a glass in the way of...
I think what made the highlights is I've seen people thieve from the barrel, and I've done it plenty of times with different things. In this moment, I was so excited and so in such a happy place that when I put my glass on it, the whole thing just filled up.
It was a jar of American rye whiskey.
And it was just I felt almost embarrassed, but at the same time I was like, I don't care, this is amazing.
You took a long time to pick a 120-second window, and then you tried to cheat 4 times. My answer
What's your answer, Dave?
Actually pretty close to that, because 120 seconds, Dan McKee goes over and puts his gloves on.
Gloves, that was my other one.
And opens this celebration. And that, holy moly, that day was unbelievable. Dan and Andrea and being so generous and kind and wow, that whiskey is fairly unbelievable.
So your favourite moment is Dan in his white gloves?
Dan in his white gloves. And just the amount we laughed. Dan and Andrea are some of the funniest people I've met anyway, and they make great whiskey.
Yes.
What a great combo. We love hanging out with people in Kentucky anyway, but we had such a great day, and they were so kind and generous.
Yeah.
As everyone...
As a collective day.
Well, that day, but the whole time in Kentucky, and the way we feel so welcome. We've come a long way. And people have every right to tell us to go away and all that good stuff, but they don't. And so we're
it's
so
the community.
grateful.
They welcome us in, and they I learned so much that day at Michter's. And I laughed so much.
We laughed a lot. Yeah.
And
felt so welcome, and so invite. Really well taken care of. So here's to an amazing 2025. Thanks to everyone who's taken great care of us, and here's to an amazing 2026 ahead as well.
Bring it on.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.